Australopithecus afarensis was first discovered during the 1970s. Its new name was created in 1978 after it was realized that the fossils belonged to a different species. It was found in two separate sites. They were 1,500 kilometers apart. One was in Hadar in Ethiopia, which had a team co-led by Donald Johansen. The other was in Laetoli in Tanzania, which had a team led by Mary Leakey. In the Hadar site, one of the fossils was a knee joint. It was discovered in 1973, and it was named AL129 1A and 1B. This was the first fossil proof of a bipedal ancestors that dated over 3 million years, and it encouraged the site revisit where Lucy was discovered. In Laetoli, a lower jawbone was discovered in 1974. It was named LH4. This is known as the type specimen. It is the official representative of the species, and it is likely the fossil used to name Australopithecus afarensis as the species name. There are many famous fossils in this species because of how many were discovered, and some of the best known ones include AL2881, which is also known as Lucy. It is a partial female skeleton discovered in 1974 from Johansen's team in Hadar, and it's approximately 3.2 million years old. The nickname was based on what was currently the popular Beatles song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. The next is known as the first family. It consists of a group of Australopithecus afarensis fossils discovered in Hadar in Ethiopia in 1975. It was given this name because there were 9 adults and 4 children bodies discovered, fossils, and significance of this is that they were all buried together by an unknown disaster, which means that scientists have access to a group of fossils that lived together and began fossilization at the same time. This also was proof that the species may have lived in small groups and had social groups. There's also Salam, or Lucy's baby. It is a partial juvenile skeleton discovered in 2000 in Dakika, Hadar. It lived about 3.3 million years ago and died when they were about 3 years old. She is the earliest juvenile hominin skeleton discovered, which gives really good reference for research on the development of our early ancestors. Additionally, there is Lucy's big brother, also known as Kadanumu, which means big man in Afar, a partial male skeleton. It is discovered in Afar in Ethiopia. His arm bone was found in 2005, and several other bones were discovered until 2009. He lived approximately 3.6 million years ago. And lastly, there are the Laetoli footprints. These fossil footprints were discovered in Tanzania, in East Africa, and they date about 3.6 million years ago. They were fossil bones from the species Australopithecus afarensis. They were found nearby, so it is presumed that they left the tracks. The skulls discovered for this species show that the species had a small brain, approximately 430 cubic centimeters on average, and this brain size consisted of about 1.3% of their weight. As mentioned, there was a knee joint discovered in 1973. This gave the first bone fossil proof that the species walked on 2 legs. The first proof was the previously mentioned footprint. Their pelvises were human-like, short and wide, but they still required certain differences, so they were unable to walk with a striding gait. It is believed that the species were also climbers due to certain physical forms. These includes powerful arms with long forearms, very short thigh bones, and also long curved finger and toe bones. The shoulder blade socket faces upwards like an ape's instead of a human's. However, the shoulder blade resembles very much like a human's shoulder blade. And the diets for the species, because of the teeth, skull, and body that were analyzed altogether, it is inferred that the Australopithecus afarensis had primarily a plant diet. There was a microscopic analysis done of the tooth enamel, which gave proof that there was fruits and leaves that was mostly their diet, as opposed to harder plants such as seeds. They also had cone-shaped ribs, and this signifies that their bodies were meant to survive on a diet that considered quantity over quality. So it was mainly based on the bulk of food that they were able to consume as opposed to how many nutrients were inside of it. Animal bone fossils had cut marks, and they were found in 2001 and into the year 2000 in Dika, and they are attributed to this species because they were found nearby. And this and the size of the canine teeth compared to their other teeth give evidence that meat may have been one of the larger parts of their diet as well, and not just a plant-based diet. And that would give evidence for their diet. However, there is not much evidence to show of their social behavior, but the large fossil grave, which included the adults and the children, is one of the main proofs that they had some small groups in their lives and in the species.